Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome to Meet Me at Noon. This is a puzzle game that came out earlier this year that I think is really interesting. It's got a charming presentation, it's got innovative puzzle mechanics, it's clever and challenging, and I just don't feel like it's gotten the attention that it deserves. So we're going to try to rectify that a little bit here today. So I have played a little bit of this. I just deleted my save so we could start over fresh from the beginning here. These are our two characters, the two halves of that hourglass. I believe we're going to be offered a tutorial here that we are definitely going to take because the puzzle mechanics are a little, like I said, they're unusual. So for most levels, we're going to be controlling two characters, the orange character and the blue character. For some of these tutorials, we'll just have one as we're like getting the basic mechanics, but this is what most of the game will look like. The point of each level is to have the orange character on the sun and the blue character on the moon at the same time. Seems pretty simple, right? We only control one character at a time. You get a limited number of moves per puzzle. You can see this timeline down here at the bottom of the screen indicating that for this puzzle, we will have 7 moves that we will take with the orange character. Whichever character is active has their face visible, the other one turns their back to the camera, but you can see also like the color scheme and the level graphics change depending on who you're controlling. You will never be confused. It's always very obvious. Here's the thing. When you make moves with the character, what you're doing is you're like programming a set of instructions for them. That set of instructions will be played back while you're controlling the other character. However, the two characters don't interpret their instruction sets in the same way. If you have a level where you play orange first and then blue, when you start playing the blue character, the orange character will play the moves that you did back in reverse order. If you control orange first and then blue, the blue character will warp back to their initial position and then play out the moves that you programmed forward. This can sometimes make level solutions very complicated. I find this game's mechanics difficult to sort of intuitively process. And a lot of the puzzles are super clever, but I find it very challenging. I'm hoping that I'm not going to embarrass myself too badly by getting stuck on every level after the second world here on camera, live in front of literally tens of people. So yeah, and then we have the timeline, which shows how many moves we have in total, which characters we make the moves with. And we can jump around in the timeline if we find that our solution was perhaps lacking. We want to correct things. So, real simple. 7 moves with the orange character. We just got to touch the sun. In addition, there are these challenge stars. Obviously, in this level, it's not much of a challenge to pick it up. One visual effect that I really like about this game, actually, is the sand in the hourglass of your character depleting as you get closer to the end of your allotted moves. And you'll see on levels where we have both the characters, as the sand depletes in one of them, it builds up in the other one. I really love almost every aspect of this game's presentation. So there we go. Touch the sun to win, just like in real life. Every time we complete a level, we will earn a blue star. If we complete a level while picking up all of the challenge stars in it, we get an orange star. These two things are mostly just like, you're tracking level completions and stuff, but they are also used to unlock more stages. So, picking up the challenge stars is important. We do need to do it, at least some of the time. And obviously, because I am the kind of nerd that I am, I will be trying very hard to get all of the challenge stars. It's very important to me. So we have 4 moves on any given turn. We can step left or right. I can tap down to just sleep for a move, essentially. I'm going to rewind the timeline here and untake that move. And you can see on this level, the challenge star is just a vague outline. The stars only actually exist on time segments that have this little star at the bottom. So we're going to move to here. That's going to become live, and we're going to hop up and grab it. That's it. Conceptually, that's the thing. It never gets more complex than that, but it is going to get so complicated. Okay. So here's a more normal level where we have both of the characters at the same time. So we're gonna make 2 moves to the right with the orange character here. And now, as we play the blue character, the orange character's moves are going to be played backwards, and we get a little indication of like what they're going to do with their next move. So we go left, the orange character reverses movement, we go left again, and before the orange character's turn can play, we've completed the level, so... easy. Alright, so, foreseeing. Here's the problem with this one. If you just go get the star right away, which feels very natural, there's no way back. Because you can jump, but you can't move sideways in the air. Jumping is a whole move by itself, the up and the down part. So, what we have to do here, rewind, is touch the sun for one time unit. Then go get our star. And then while we're playing as the blue character, we just let the orange character walk backwards into victory. Like in that drill tweet. So the star only exists during the blue character's time? Not a problem. So we're going to touch the sun, and then we're going to fall in a big pit. Obviously, great puzzle solving here. The orange character can pick up the star when we are not playing as them. Easy, right? Right? You're probably already seeing how this can become difficult. So we're just going to enter in 3 sleeps with the orange character here. I think the whole point of this level is just to teach you that the sleep command is important. Sometimes the best thing you can do is not move. Okay, so here we run into the problem where the blue character is going to fall down here if we move to the right, and there's no way to move sideways in the air. However, we can, I believe, just sleep here for two frames. And this is where you learn that the characters have collision with each other, and sometimes that's going to be very, very important. Anytime that there's a gap or something that we have to cross, we're going to have to do something like that, where we use one character as a bridge or a stair for the other one. For example, like this. So if we move orange over here and then jump. Wait, do I want to do that? Because I'm going to be up. Yeah, I want to do that, and then I want to sleep for 1 frame. Because we have to be down and stable during blue's first move, so that blue can move over on top of orange. Then orange jumps, lifting blue up to here. So the characters' moves happen between each other's moves, right? The blue and orange don't execute their moves simultaneously. It's blue, then orange, then blue, then orange, which means that if we jump as orange, orange is in the air during blue's turn, and vice versa. It will not always be orange first. And there are lots of situations where we're going to have to make use of that. Okay, so here the intuitive thing to do is just just get as close as possible. Then we can use blue to prevent orange from being able to move back out, and orange is going to attempt to replay their movements. It couldn't do the up part, but it could still do the move to the right part, and here it's going to move right again. But obviously, this is a level solution. We could just tap down here a couple of times and win, but I want my star. So left, 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 down, and then I think we just wait a frame, right? Because no, we need okay. We need orange to move to the right on the first of blue's frames, right? We push orange and then orange moves on their own, which means that we need a movement to the left to be the final thing in orange's timeline. So we're going to wait a frame first, then we're going to fall in a hole. Then I push you over, you move up into the right, grab the star, and then there we go. Hey, look, it was the first actual puzzle, a little bit. And with that, we have totally completed an entire chapter. As you can see, there's not a huge number of levels in the game, but They're not all going to go down like that. So you can see here, further worlds have to be unlocked with different numbers of stars. Sometimes it cares about your blue star count. Sometimes it cares about your orange star count. And we don't necessarily have to complete everything to move forward, basically. 6 blue stars is sufficient for this. The next one only requires 12. So if we can complete any 3 levels here, we can move forward. Obviously, I'm going to be trying to solve everything because, like, it's a puzzle game. What's the point of not... solving the puzzles is the gameplay. I love gameplay. So, I mean, I think we want to just make sure we're providing a platform here, right? And then, do I have enough time to grab the star and get back? Yeah, just barely enough. I was wondering if that was going to turn out to be more complex in some way, but sometimes it is exactly what it looks like. Okay, I see. So we have to provide we have to use orange to provide a bridge for blue to walk across, which means we have to end up here. Right? That's going to be good enough. So how does this work with, if I'm standing on orange when orange moves, I think, yeah, we just get carried. So actually all I want to do here is rest for a turn. I will say though, I appreciate this system for the purposes of doing stuff on YouTube, because if I get stuck on a level, it probably won't bottleneck us. We'll be able to like move forward and look at something else, and I can work out stuff that I'm really stuck on off camera, which is nice. Okay, so here we have to use the blue character as a bridge for the orange character, which is more complicated. So it's gonna play the moves in backward sequence, right? We have to remember that. So but the orange character is going to start their movement wherever we end programming. So if I want that star, this frame has to be an up. I probably want this frame to also be an... Oh, how am I going to do this? This has to be an up, and then there has to be some movement. Like, what happens if we do it like this? Some of these I'm just going to have to eyeball it a little. So if I rest... Yeah, how are we going to... Okay. Sorry, for some reason, I'm just not thinking the star is present during the orange thing, not the blue thing. So now that I'm here, I think we just want to rest and then jump. I was already overcomplicating things in my head. Oh, actually, sorry. Let's make this a jump and then this a rest. I wasn't thinking about the fact that if the final movement was a jump, then orange would be in the air during blue's first turn. Maybe we need rest, jump? Is it that simple? Yeah, it totally is that simple. The one jump command is enough to get the star and get the level completion. So you can probably see already my intuitive puzzle solving brain fully breaking down. All right, we need to be touching the star at the end, or the sun at the end. And we need to go get our friend. So, when orange replays the fall, we'll just ride up by resting here. And then, if I press left right now, we're going to prevent orange from making their move. Because I believe it is always the case that the active character can push the non-active character, but not vice versa. Let's double check if that's the case. Yes, that is the way this functions. So for this frame, we will just rest. That's going to become very important in some of the later puzzles. And like I said, I think I got stuck in World 3. So we're going to start hitting the stuff where I don't know what I'm doing real quickly here. Well, I mean, obviously we have to go fetch blue. And I'm definitely going to have to provide a jump here. So what, we jump and then we wait 2 frames because blue's going to need 2 frames to walk over onto us. Rest 1, and then get carried. As in most video games, the only way I'm going to succeed is if I get carried. It's a very familiar feeling. Okay. So during blue's time, we need the orange character to move all the way to the right and then jump. I need to be in this position during blue's 3rd action. That seems troublesome. So, okay, what we want is ending here. We want this thing to be I moved left so that it plays backward as a right move. This also has to be a left, which will put us here. This also has to be a left. Then to get us from there to there. So the thing is, it's going to be during this time period where the star is active. Huh. Okay, so right, it's like something like this. Because blue has to be able to move on to us, and then that happens. And like this is going to work as a solution for the level. Oh, no, it's not. I need to be jumped again. Hold on. We're not getting over there fast enough. So I need this last phase can't be rest. Do I need to rest earlier? Because that's the right sequence of moves. It's just a matter of timing them. Okay, because this way, orange helps us get over faster. So if I just fall down here and grab it with blue, if I jump right now, blue will be hanging in this space when orange executes their turn, which will be sufficient to boost blue up into the right position. Yeah, okay, that's not so complicated. That's very doable. Okay, I see what the problem is here already. The deal is we're gonna have to use blue to push orange on this, but orange is gonna have to help us out a little bit because this is a lot of distance to cover in a very small amount of time. So any movement with orange to the left is gonna play back as movement to the right, and then also we're going to be shoving orange to the right. So I think what we want to do here is make a couple of moves to the left. We want movement to the left to be how we end orange's sequence. So it's like if we go left here. See, anytime we can push orange and have them also move, we can get 2 steps out of them essentially, but the problem is here now, now orange is on wait, and so I need orange to be moving to the left at the end of the sequence, but also to end up in a position where blue's able to push. How about something like this? Now orange is going to try to move the wrong way, but we're going to stop them because the active character is in the path. This is 1 step too few. It actually only takes 2 steps for blue to get where blue's supposed to be. Is it possible for me to left, right, right? See, this is taking advantage of the timing in a different way. Because what I was thinking is we were going to have to provide a bunch of push from the left side. If we do this, orange is trying to move left a bunch, but blue's going to be in the way the whole time. We can move blue past the moon and then back to it. There we go. Yeah, it'll do. So like I said, we cannot push blue with orange. Never mind, it's not active character pushes non-active character. Maybe it's only blue pushes orange. Some of the levels, or some of the rules are left to you to divine, which is a thing I really like in puzzle video games. I definitely like... There are some fascinating things like that in Steven's Sausage Roll, mechanics that you just need to stumble into. Gosh, that might be an interesting game to do for the channel at some point. That's another one of those ones where I didn't have the wherewithal to get through it and didn't have the motivation to come back and push through being stuck on my own. But, you know, if it was a video series. So, how am I gonna... This doesn't seem so bad in terms of like just getting... So if I walk over here, we can just grab the star. Then I can use blue to block orange's movement and then shove orange off a cliff. Yeah, that'll work. Getting all distracted talking about sausage rolls here. Gotta focus on the puzzle solving. Tortoise. All right, so this is one where we want to get orange in a position such that they're like hanging in the air here, and as blue we can sweep in under them and then lift them up so that they can walk off of our head. But how exactly are we going to do that? It sure does suck to be stuck inside of this time tortoise. It's a classic time tortoise kind of situation. So thinking about orange's moves playing in reverse, we're gonna need to end the sequence with a right, or at least end the part of the sequence that actually plays, with 2 movements to the left, which will play backwards as 2 movements to the right. Now, one thing that is tricky about this, and has not been a problem so far, but is going to become a problem in the future, is that you can only record movements you can actually make. Like, we couldn't record an up as the first move in the sequence here, because this is what happens when I try to jump in this space. So the reason that this divot is here inside the tortoise is so that we can record a jump at that point. But see, now we can't record... If I record jump, right, that's going to play back as... Now, see, I need... Yeah. That totally works as far as getting us to the exit. If I'm trying to get this star, though... So left. We have to have the jump in there somewhere toward the beginning because the jump needs to occur toward the end of blue's time. There's definitely going to be some trial and error here because I do have trouble conceptualizing the backwards time thing for some reason. So how are we going to be in that position on that frame? It definitely does have to be the orange body picking up the star this time because there's no way we can get blue over there in time. See, I think part of the problem that I have conceptualizing this is you are playing back Orange's moves from a position that you haven't yet determined when you are starting to make Orange's moves, wherever you're going to end up. So, like, what if... So I have to have left at the end of the sequence. So what if I make 2 moves to the right here? It's going to take blue 1, 2, 3 moves to get in place. So you would really like this to have been a jump. This being a jump is not going to be sufficient, right? Yeah, what we would love is if we could just do like right, jump, left. That would be a really nice sequence for playing backwards. Except that we literally can't do that because you can't record a jump here if your first 2 moves are right. So if it's like up, right, left, so just chill out there, let the star spawn into you. It really does feel like you wanna go right. You could have an extra instruction in between the 2 rights. That would be okay. Blue goes 1, 2, 3, 4, jump, and then right. So actually blue's moves are stuck. We can't do anything else with blue, or we won't be able to reach the ending. So we know exactly what blue's going to do. Blue is going to jump on instruction 5 for sure. Which means that no, we cannot put anything else in between those, right? Those have to be like that. And that means orange has to be in the air during this instruction, which means that I have to jump. Yeah. So we do have to jump there. I can't enter a left here. So if I press, if orange's last move is a left, then orange will start by stepping to the right, but orange's first move is played after blue's first move. So that'll let us shove orange a little bit. If I do like left and then down, so this lets us push orange, then push orange again, then have orange step over to the right. There we go. Yeah, you can already see these are getting more challenging for me. I apologize to those of you who find this sort of puzzle solving more intuitive and who I am going slower than, because I know that can be a little frustrating to watch. But there we go. 2 worlds of perfects. This is where stuff's going to start breaking down. I don't remember exactly where I got stuck. It has been a few months since I played it. let's forge onward here a little bit. These are probably not going to be hour-long episodes generally. Okay, so here's where things start getting more complicated because we are now playing the characters in different orders with their block of moves not all unified, etc. So wait, let's go like wait, left, left. What happens here? You move to the right, then you move to the right, then you wait. And then when we warp back to here now, or when we start playing orange again, blue warps back to where we started the instruction set and plays their instructions in forward order. This is the right solution. I want to test something. So if I press left, left down here, is it any different? It's not going to be, right? Because like orange's instruction set is, without any kind of spatial interference, always going to end them back where they started. The thing is, there are going to be levels where there is spatial interference, and more importantly, there are going to be levels where we have to intentionally generate spatial interference by throwing the blue character in the orange character's path. So, we can't actually move blue, so I guess all there is to do here is rest for the first 4. Alright, so you're going to go to the right, you're going to wait a tick, then you're going to jump. Wait, how are these going to play out? I'm going to wait one more time and then jump. Because we have to wait one with orange. We have to step right. We have to step right. Okay. Right, then up. No, sorry. Wait once, then jump, then wait. So the inactive character always takes their first action after the active character. It's not a case of blue going first. So you just lift me up, and then we both fall onto our symbols. Easy. Obviously. I do want to look at something real quick. Okay, so we already have the stars necessary to get into Area 4. Area 5 requires 4 more like actual completes. All right. 4 more collectibles. I mean, just thinking ahead, just seeing how many of these we actually have to figure out how to get the star on. So we can have orange grab the star here and then get rewound back onto that starting position. And then we're going to have to go step, jump to push orange up onto the next ladder. No, sorry, it's going to be step, wait, then jump, then go to the moon. That wait command is really important because orange has to actually get over onto our head. So here's one of these ones where we're going to be intentionally generating spatial interference. Right, orange is going to try to play their moves backwards and we're going to get in the way. I'm going to shove you and then step back. I guess that shove didn't really accomplish anything because orange was able to make the move into that space anyway. Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess it's a fountain shape. Okay, already I'm looking at this and going, oh no. Alright, so we have to get that star somehow, and by somehow I mean, like this should be sufficient, right? We can move to the right and then we can shove orange. And then blue's gonna do this. And I don't know. The thing is, we need... okay. So here, I need to get orange back over to the other side for this to work. But I can't enter a left here. All right, let me restart the puzzle. If we get orange over onto the other side of blue here, if we get orange over onto the right side of blue, I'm concerned we will never be able to get back. I think we have to let blue go get the star. Except that can't happen because orange can't push blue under any circumstances, right? Like... if I do this, it just makes orange, yeah, orange not able to participate. Now, orange is further to this side. But blue's always going to warp back to that position above the center. So we could solve this puzzle in the middle of the timeline. How do I get this right? Because it does feel like it's got to be orange who gets the star. It has to be orange who gets the star. There's no version of this where we can move blue enough. Because blue shoves orange out of the way, we couldn't restrict blue's movement in any way, and blue teleports back home anyway. So yeah, it does in fact have to be orange who gets the star. However, if I push orange all the way over to here, if I make it so orange starts their turn here, that's the case in which we can't ever get them back, I think. Because the most they'd ever be able to do on their turn of 2 movements is get back to this position. And all blue could do is either block them or sit here and just watch it happen. Yeah, so I'm gonna hit down here. We're gonna grab this with orange. And then I think we just don't do anything with blue's turn here. So with orange starting next to the moon, we can push past the moon. We can have blue perform a block and then push you 1 space to the left. So on orange's final turn, press left, blue falls, and then we touch the sun before blue can move off the moon. There we go. Easy. Obviously, the answer was just right, 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 down, left, right. All you have to do is figure out a new Konami code every level. So this is going to be substantially similar. Actually, blue can't do anything except go for the goal, though, right? So it takes blue 3 moves to get to the moon. What is the... Oh, sorry. In my head, I was like, this is orange's goal and that's the star. How are we going to do that? Because that's not what's happening here at all. Okay, so... this is one of those things where we need blue to push orange to the right so that we start the next sequence. Is it 1 space over? No, I have to be 2 spaces closer in order to get there in 4 moves. So orange has to begin the next sequence in this space. So if I go like right, left, left, left. We can shove. That's only 1 space over though. And like this, sorry, this is enough movement for orange, but it doesn't end up with blue in the right spot. So what we probably want to do with blue, what we need to do with blue is like move left and wait and then go left and then go left. So What if it's like... left, right, left, left. Sorry, blue has to wait at the beginning no matter what. But the point of this move is... shoot. Yeah, that doesn't quite work, does it? Because, like, this is going to make it so orange can't move back to the left in theory, except that in order to actually get the benefit of that, I have to press down here and rest the thing, and then blue doesn't actually make it to the moon. Okay, if... It would be really nice if we could move blue left on the first frame, if the first frame didn't have to be wait. There we go. That's what it is, because that prevents you from making two moves to the right. We can afford to rest here. Yeah, then you step to the right twice. And see, the thing is, the solution to that one's pretty obvious and really pretty, like... It's pretty straightforward and really pretty obvious if you're thinking in terms of what orange's moves at the end have to be. But it's very difficult for me to do that intuitively. I think, again, because it's tough for me to map orange's moves backwards from a position that I don't yet know, because we don't know where orange is going to end up at the end of the correct sequence until we already know what the correct sequence is. Really, I think this game is so cool. This is such a cool design. All right, I guess let's try to get to the end of this world. I will say this for sure. Without a doubt, I was 100% for certain trying to 100% it when I was playing it before. So it may be the case that I didn't get stuck completing on level completion, but rather got stuck on getting a star somewhere. So it feels to me like... well, like down, right is going to let blue walk across our head. But it's also going to mean that we start the next sequence here, which is not ideal. So we have to move right and then spend a frame resting here, because blue has to be... in fact, the very first frame has to be the fall, because blue has to be out of the way by the time it's orange's turn. Or by the time orange is trying to get out of the pit. So that as orange, we can start out of the pit. Because, you know, it's pretty good to be able to get to the sun. That's kind of one of the main things about the game. So the star is always there. This is one of those things where we just want to boost blue up. So orange is taking orange's moves after blue's moves for the first time. I mean, it seems like it's just got to be up, left, left, right? Rest one. I'm kind of curious what's like. Okay, so blue does not necessarily follow the laws of physics when not being played in the way that orange does. Blue has its own whole flying saucer thing going on. Maybe it was the fourth world I got stuck in. These have not so far seemed all that bad. That feels to me like it is necessarily the case, right? Because otherwise you're not going to be able to get blue's initial move, correct? So we let orange carry us up to here. but then we want to step to the left and block orange's ascent, so orange starts a little bit further to the right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it must be World 4 that I got stuck on, because that all seemed pretty straightforward. Somewhere out here in the Space Oddity. So it's possible that this is going to end up being quite a short series. We did get through about a quarter of the game just now. Maybe it will turn out that being on camera was exactly the thing I needed. Traditionally, that's not how it works, though. Usually, games feel like they're much, much more difficult when recording than when not. I think I'm going to call the first episode here, just like sort of leave us on an up note. I have so much hope for the future. You know, the immediate future inside this video game. All the other futures, less. Come back next time, tomorrow hopefully, for another little distraction from everything outside. We're just gonna sit in here and play with time. Doesn't that sound nice and relaxing and definitely not frustrating when I definitely don't get stuck on anything? And we'll see you then.